Welcome to the pop. That's 3 cameras! Yeah! Welcome to the Posties podcast.
We're going places, baby. We're going places.
I got let, excuse me.
Yo, you got lit, bro.
I got lit.
You got lit.
But you know what the vibes are?
What are the vibes?
Episode number 8.
8?
I don't know who this guy is though. September. Please do us the honors.
See, guys, we're getting guests coming in for you.
Please.
We're getting guests coming in for you, guys.
Come on.
We got the visionary in the building, guys. And another TBC member, guys.
TBC boy.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
Is it Cape Town? Is it Joburg? Is it LA?
Is it LA?
Do we even know these days?
Oh my goodness, bro. Someone put a tracker on this guy.
Please, but guys, we got the wonderful Abongwe boy in the building.
What's up, guys? Thank you guys for having me on the podcast. I'm very excited to be here.
It's so weird, eh?
What?
Like you the one who's the guest here, bro, on the camera.
Yeah,
and then,
nice.
Yeah, bro, like that, bro.
It's nice to be the guest for once.
Okay,
I can sit back and be like, hey, let the professionals do the level at the
Welcome
back.
back to the city.
Welcome back to Cape Town. You guys know where we're based. You know the vibes.
Welcome to the Posties family. One time, first time, one time, not the last time.
First time visitor.
Yeah.
Raise your hands.
First time. And those who came to the service for the first time today, please stand up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sing a song for him.
So I think the first question: are you still stealing any peas, or
what does that even mean?
It's provocative.
The answer is yes, but not in the way that we were before. Now that the depth of the pea stealing has changed, we've rebranded, we've shifted. We've moved into a different space now, and yeah, man, still pushing the things, but not in the same way that we were back in the day. Shout out TFG, Debs, Matt. Shout out love to my boys. But yeah, we out here.
But talking about those spaces and specifically your spaces, my brother.
Hey, why are you putting your weapon away, bro?
Is that a gun?
Hold up.
Whoa. No, guys, he's actually serious.
So about those spaces, bro. So today we wanted to talk about something in your realm. We want to talk about film, talk about our favorite films, what you might be working on, what sparks your creative process. You know what I'm saying? People in the comments want to know.
There's so many questions for Abo all the time, bro.
It blows my mind.
Like, bro, I'm gonna go buy the same camera as you.
Let me just follow your lead.
Hey, man.
Bro, hey, where do you get your beard from? All of these questions, bro.
Turkey.
We came back from Turkey yesterday.
Yes, that's that.
Hey, yo, okay. What's your favorite movie, bro?
And why?
My favorite movie of all time. The legend in itself. The most provocative emotional experience created by a filmmaker in filmmaking. Okay, don't tease me. Barbie and the Fairy Princess.
Wow.
Understand?
No, bro. No.
Inception. Inception is my favorite movie of all time.
Did you understand it the first time you watched it?
No, I didn't understand it the first time I watched it to a level. Then I watched it the second time, I understood it a little bit more. Then I watched it the third time, I was like, okay, now I got the levels.
Can I ask let me ask another layer to that question.
Sure.
So obviously you've been shooting for a long time. The camera's been in your hands since you were born, literally.
He's a vet.
But what's that movie? What did you watch to be like, hey, I need to be behind the camera to do that? What provoked you to do that? Yeah.
I actually don't think it was a movie.
Okay.
It was. Oh wait, it was. I know what it was. The Grudge.
The Grudge.
Really?
Yeah, bro. We were 12. We watched The Grudge one. Me and my sister during the day. Obviously, only when our parents were away because we weren't allowed to watch.
Was it like a scary movie?
Yeah, The Grudge is very scary.
I've never watched The Grudge.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
The Grudge.
Yeah. Because the first YouTube video that I made.
That makes sense. This guy's crazy, bro.
Y'all didn't know, but you know. Now all of you know now.
Okay.
But it was like the first real movie that I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is so weird that we did it. And then me and my sister and a couple of friends, Dumisa Rankin, Joshi Souza, we went to shout out the family. We made a version of it that was horrible. It's just on a camera that we saw was horrible. Yo, it's the most, like, Azzy has braids on and she just wears them down and she just walks around in a white shirt like.
Azzy's super creative though.
And she was committed to it. Like, I respect, shout out. And she just ran with it. We made this really bad like movie.
So I was like, you'd say that's like your first short film kind of experience.
Yeah. And I don't even think it was because The Grudge was my favorite movie at the time. It was just a movie that we had watched. Like, we watched it and we loved it, and then we watched the second one and the third one. And we're like, this is amazing. We're like, we should make a horror movie like this, you know?
Sheesh.
And then we made the horror movie, and it was horrible. And that was kind of like how we started getting into it. Like, the first few like short films that I made were all horror movies. We had these puppets that we got from these American missionaries at church that we went and made a horror.
Jezozo!
Jezozo, one sec.
I'm gonna take some.
Dog, she needs to learn how to take.
Bro, the studio audience of ours, bro.
The studio audience does not even. You guys know we're always studio audience. You know.
So that's how I kind of got into it. And then YouTube became a big thing. I started watching a lot of YouTube guys like Casper Lee doing their things.
About OGs,
bro. Like, that was the first like big South African YouTuber that I was like, this guy, I want to do what he's doing. He looks like he's having fun. He's making skits. He's doing all of these things that I like doing.
The creativity is busting.
Yeah. Crackhead level is also busting. I was like, okay, I like this guy. So then that's how I kind of got into filmmaking, and then I moved more into YouTube, and it's kind of been like a back and forth between them. But
are you having fun?
Yes, yeah,
having a lot of fun.
It's pretty stressful. Like, now that it's like a professional space, it's like it's weird that it's not like just it's for fun, but it's like you have to consider the fact that it has to be somewhat marketable, XYZ. Like, you need to be able to sell something of it. Like, whether or not you sell the actual products, someone needs to come in and be like, okay, that was cool. You should come through and make a commercial or something like that. So it was always just a stepping stone, and it's been cool to be able to have a YouTube community where it's like people like watch the videos and they're like, this is a vibe, and I'm like, cool, like, what else can we try?
What else can we do
from an actual audience, bro.
Exactly. So
that's cool.
Okay, but like with that, because it's not just like, okay, you delved in via the garage and making short films. That's like the foundation. But like, we mustn't forget, this is a double degreed ass nigga. We're with us right now.
With that story,
dude, literally.
Those 2 degrees weren't those 2 degrees initially, right?
Yeah. We actually started in business science.
Just to put the boys on, as you guys can tell, hey, yo, this is a very smart group of people in general.
2 degrees?
2 degrees, bro.
2 degrees?
2 degrees last week as well.
It just doesn't stop
now. Educated black men.
I love it so much.
Information system was faithful too. Absolutely faithful. Information systems was the first thing I did, but after a year, ecos, bro.
Yeah, ecos.
Negative marking.
You said you gotta do something. You
gotta do some soul searching.
You gotta do something you love.
Because you get there, you're like, okay, cool, it's fine. First time you do negative marking, quack, you're in like, half of you might be right.
C.
Yeah, like C's wrong, -4 or whatever. You're like, oh, why am I on 23%? I was like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
This can't. You look at the negative marks. I was like,
the answer's not even in the multiple.
You guys tricked me,
brother.
It's crazy. So then obviously you went on to film, bro.
Yeah.
How was that transition?
It was interesting. UCT they've got a cool, like a beautiful film department. Everyone there is like really like great experts, but it's very theoretical. So I was fortunate at least that I had my YouTube channel. That's sort of where I channeled everything. Then I was like, okay, cool. This is what I'm learning in class. This is what I can sort of put into practice.
So you had a process. You like inputs and then outputs.
Yeah. But you have to, if you're doing something theoretical, you have to find your own output. So people, they get the degree and they're like, I know all of this stuff like about film history, but like never even touched a camera before.
That's crazy, bro.
Like literally getting into the degree, they've never touched a camera.
Yeah, getting into the degree.
Some people do out of.
Yeah, I mean, out of less
than, because clearly you have 30 other things.
Someone get this guy a camera, please.
Something, please. But so I had to like do my own missions. Everything was always about a side mission. I always had to shoot my own things on the side. I started working with the guys at Red Bull on campus, and I was like, let me just come and shoot some of your events if you guys would be keen. And the guys from also the UCT Gymnastics Society
and the Reses. Did you shoot some of all the
Yeah,
res
then I
stuff
started
as well?
doing res formal.
Let's run through the CV. Let's run through the CV right now.
Red Bull Studios, Red Bull on campus, UCT gymnastics, Tugwell formal. Shout out Tugwell.
Shout out Tugwell.
Gracia Michelle formal. Shout out.
Say it third time, and then I'm gonna say pattern. Hey, don't laugh at me like that. Don't laugh at me like that, bro. We're not gonna explain the concept.
We're not explaining anything.
Are you guys not saying a story time right now?
Crazy. About you.
I can't. That's redacted information.
At least do the story time of the.
I mean, he's gonna put it in a movie. He's gonna put it in a.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm hearing what you're saying.
What are you
saying? Of the story time
of the actual. I know what you guys are talking about. I'm saying that, not that story time. The story time of the actual formals. Like, how was that shooting experience?
Okay.
Like, that was. You guys want spicy topics from the camera? How they don't know all of our secrets, man.
I don't know, man.
Come on now.
The formals were grand, bro. You just get there, you record the events. I took the photos for a lot of the events, and then chow, and then just chill. Take some photos at the end. It was very nice. It was a good experience.
So some shotties.
Professionally,
of course. My guy, working.
Ooh, actually, that's a nice thing we can segue into. In that specific space, in that specific industry and markets, do the lines ever blur? Like with photographers, videographers, directors, everything.
I can answer
and
that.
also the talent too. On a professional and personal level. And like, if so, how do you guys like? Let's shut that line on some guys. We're doing this or we're doing that, and how is that, bro?
It's interesting because like something like an event, it's less emotional. Like it's cool, it's fine. But if you're doing like a shoot with someone and there's a concept or there's some kind of like visual that I'm shooting on, working with performers, and there's like some emotional connection that's there, you find yourself either as the writer of the story or as the talent, feeling a connection, you know, and investing your personal self into that. So. That's why a lot of the time people are like, they work on these movies, Tom Holland and Zendaya, and next thing they're in love because in the characters they're
apparently Will Smith and Margot Robbie. Apparently.
Don't slap me, Will. Don't slap me.
But I understand, like, that's how the lines can sort of get blurred, and like I found it to be like you sort of set up boundaries and you'd be like, cool, you
got to set the boundaries up.
You'd be like, this is what we're doing here. I won't say that I haven't been in a situation where like I've seen an actress doing something crazy and I'm like,
wow.
Cuts. Oh. Okay, cuts. Cool. That's good. That was great. That was cool. Next scene. Yeah, you know, and it's because it's all about this emotional connection that happens. And I mean, I haven't done the most narrative type of stuff. You know, we're still building up to that and working on. But like, in the capacity that I have, there's been situations where, you know, like you're dealing with people and you see like these actors are really like kicking it off, and like even just for school projects, you're like, you're my friend, even on personal projects with friends and like even with artists, I've had situations where like I have to shoot a love scene and I have to get two people that I think would look good together, and I'm like, this would be good on screen chemistry. Then they start dating and you're like,
did I do that? What's that mean? Did I do that?
You're creating industry, bro.
Yeah. So, but as like a performer, like you have to sort of keep that line. I want to actually know from you as like a model, because you find yourself with beautiful women all the time, beautiful man, beautiful women. It's the whole job. Like, what happens now in a situation like a nude shoot or something where it's very like sort of intimate and sensual?
I mean, like
booty cheeks out.
Booty cheeks out.
For art,
I
professionally.
did a nude shoot like in the third quarter of last year. Didn't drop that though. But like
OnlyFans.com/AlexBI.
First I'm hearing of this.
No, you know about it. I told you about it. Haven't I showed you the videos?
No.
Okay, I'll show you.
These guys go to the room. Like, Timo walks out of the room like, Alex, that's not what I meant. This is not what I meant.
But like, you know what you're doing when you get there. You know, the first thing you have to do is like be professional. Here we're trying to get this idea, this vision across. We're trying to communicate this thing, and like blurring those lines can affect that. Obviously, sometimes it enhances it if the vibe is there. Obviously, you meet this person, you're like, oh, like this is the vibe. Like we both like building into this thing, so we can deliver the best images, the best feeling, and that's intentional art because like it's actually emotionally driven. But even beyond that, like, you know, okay, like there's still the line. There's still what I'm doing is professional. Like I'm gonna walk out of here and I'm never gonna see her again. Or the next time I see her, she's gonna be with her boyfriend.
No, it's not blur that line.
It's like we live a life beyond this. We just here to work, get it done. If we need to drive it emotionally during that, cool. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, depending on the vibe between the people. But that's always a framework for me, I suppose. But you behind the scenes, you writing, you watching, you seeing, you setting up. How do you handle that? Like, because now you're setting up the situation and there is a vibe, but they take it a bit too far and they start dating. Like, do you have anything to say about that?
As long as whatever they do in their personal life outside of what we're doing here just mustn't involve what we're doing here is my only thing.
Okay, so I think let's take it back to the films, because you already gave the people The Grudge. You already gave people Inception. For those making an Apple movie list to watch, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Which I think you should be. I don't know.
100%. Also want your favorites also in the things and
in the comments.
And why in the comments.
Drop your favorite movies in the comments. I wanted to ask, right now, obviously, you said, okay, you're not at the points where you can make a narrative type content, and you're still building towards that. Yeah. That means right now you're still driven, you're still driving to something.
Yeah.
And as a creative, usually you have something that you take in and you input to give you that fire, to give you that boom, you know what I'm saying? What are you eating? What are you watching? Like, what's on your plate right now? Tell the people.
As in, like, what's on my plate to inspire me?
To inspire you, to intake, not to create. What do you intake? Right now, what's driving you?
Oh, okay, clean. I think it's something that came from UCT. Since it was very academic, I found myself like really falling in love with film history and stuff like that. So German expressionism, like Italian realism, and all of these kind of subgenres of how filmmaking was made, and it's really interesting.
I actually went to lectures.
I attended. When you left the cab. I mean, top students or something like that. I don't know.
Yes.
Top students say
something like that. Yes, Golden Key, something like that.
Another passage.
I'm seeing something.
I'm seeing a pattern of something here. That's none of my business. But so I get really inspired by like old school guys. Like I love watching this old school Spike Lee movies.
Spike Lee.
There's this
Patrick Swayze.
This guy's saying you could have gone Steven Spielberg, my brother. Come on,
Patrick Swayze,
bro.
That name is too far. That's a fire name.
Did he dance in some movie? Was it Footloose?
Why do I know this name? Why do I know?
It's Patrick Swayze, guys. Don't worry, I'll fact check while you're fact check.
But yeah, I like Andrei Tarkovsky, guys like that. Watching South African films and sort of seeing what they're doing and what they've been doing. Jamil XT Kubega is a big inspiration. He makes movies. He made a movie called Knuckle City. It's like a boxing movie. It's crazy visuals. But he works. He's like a good collaborator with a DP that I've worked a lot, like mentored underneath, named Villy Nell.
What's a DP? What's a DP?
A DP is a director of photography. So the camera person. For those of you that
I know, bro. We gotta say it.
So the viewers, guys, as you guys know, we always have Eves and Moses watching us in the back. What are you doing? Everybody knows what that is. Just close this up, guys. By Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze was Dirty Dancing and R.I.P. Patrick Swayze.
R.I.P. Patrick.
Oh, is the actor's name?
Patrick Swayze. No, that's his name.
Jeez.
Yeah. Shout out Patrick Swayze,
Yeah, shout out Patrick Swayze.
Love Dirty Dancing.
So yeah, those are the guys that I'm inspired by. I'm inspired a lot by music. I think the big thing that really inspires me.
I actually wanted to segue into that now because you're talking about people that inspire you.
Yeah.
And we always also talk about Hans Zimmer. And I know now, I don't know if you want to tell the people what kind of bag you've been entering in lately. But how has music actually inspired your like filmmaking and that kind of process? And if there's actually any certain names where like Hans and whatnot, that sway and where you're actually going now, if you want to talk about that.
Oh, we're moving into that one.
If you want to talk about it, we gotta talk about it.
I think music is always like the first touch point. I've grown up in a musical family.
Yeah.
I'm related to musical genius Ubele Boy, producer extraordinaire. Grammy Award nominated. Winner.
They won that shit.
Nominated.
Was it nominated?
Yeah, Burner won that. Yeah, I think.
It's
Burner. I mean,
Burner.
Yeah. So music has always been a big part of the way that I'm inspired, the way that I see things in my mind. And what I find is whenever I'm in the process now of writing a lot of short films and web series that are building up to my first feature film and my first series. So it's almost like. The film industry works is that you have to have some kind of credibility. So
of course.
You go there with a short film you've shot, they see the tone, they see the vibe, they see people's response, and they're like, cool, here's R1 million or 500,000 or however
Give me
much
that
you need.
bar, man.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Bar. So yeah, I'm in the process of that, and a lot of guys that inspire me. Hans Zimmer is a very big inspiration for me musically. A guy named Tony Anderson, he is an incredible composer. Light in Motion, these are all like composers from all over the world. My brother is a big inspiration to me. He's an incredible composer, producer, so he's just very versatile. Really and guys like London Rhodes, Christa and Vogan, like these are all like producers and storytellers that I think build experiences. And then we go into the artists behind them, like guys like Alex, guys like Sishi, Manana, Will Lin, like all of these guys that I have the pleasure of working with. But I love working with them because of the way that they tell stories. It inspires me visually, even if it's not for a project that I'm necessarily shooting.
Do you like see visuals too when you hear the music?
Immediately. That's how I know I like a song. If I hear a song and I immediately start to see either what they're saying or just an environment.
Because you know it's a thing for like artists to like either have some form of understanding of their art. Like some music guys see it in colors, and some people see it in shapes.
Yeah, I see full picture. I have a very vivid imagination. I have like very clear dreams, and so when it comes to like music, as soon as I hear a song, I start to see these visuals. I see colors. I see things like that.
Personal question on that topic: what do you see for one of your favorite songs, Digital Dash?
Driving. Just a range. Nighttime drive Ferrari.
You act it out every single time.
That's why every time I play that song in the car, I immediately I'm driving crazy. Shout out for that.
Yeah.
My favorite.
I know my
Tim is a good.
I know my guys.
If you're trying to send my boy flowers. Or if you're trying to send him something nice, you know his favorite song, you know? You know his favorite
Give you guys the blueprint.
I'm not gonna lie, you know his favorite movies, his favorite songs? Oh, come on.
Everything's there.
Putting your on too much, man.
So like, segueing from that, all of these sort of inspirations that I have now have led me sort of to start almost like composing some of my own songs, which has been really interesting.
That's crazy.
And it's not even necessarily to put them in my own films, but it's like I have an understanding of music and progressions and like the piano in a way that now I feel like I've learned so much from my brother and just online, where it's like I can write something and I can like write a melody, a progression, 4 chords, and I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. This is exactly how it feels. So then when I go to someone like my brother or a composer, I'm like, I wrote these 4 chords. This is how I want it to feel. This is the progression, and this is the story. And then they just go with it from there, you know. And yeah, so right now I'm working on a short film that I'm shooting. I'm in the edit of the short film that I shot with Sishi and Verge. Shout out Verge Beats. Shout out.
You might also see him soon.
Yeah. And then I'm working on a lot of like sort of music projects. Will Lindy, Manana, Sishi, Alex. We have some stuff in the pot that we're cooking.
With regards to the music projects, and like I actually want to specifically ask for music videos, because like some of the stuff you've shot has hundreds of thousands of views, if not a million. I haven't checked sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, how far did Jerusalem go? What is the?
I think it was like 50,000.
50,000 views?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But it was on a lot of platforms and like News 24 and shit.
Yeah.
Sheesh. But like with that, bro. So what is that? If you can run us through what like a skeleton kind of start to finish music video, song drops maybe, or maybe you were in the process before. What does that look like for like the release of a music video?
Break it down for them.
On a big stage, let's say on a big stage where you have a label involved, you've got a budget. Let's go all the way to the top, and then we can work our way down.
So essentially, what happens is they say come through with the idea, and so I'll meet with the artist. I'll be like, what do you like? We just write a treatment, and I like to be very specific. So we'll go like line. We'll start by going verse, chorus, bridge. Cool. Have that all built up, and then we'll start going line by line what the exact sort of shots and how the setups will be from there. And then once we have the idea concrete and we know exactly what we're doing, or for the most part know what we're doing, because I like to leave some some space for play. Take it to the label, and then take it to my producer Calvin Hayward, who's he's a mentor of mine. And so then he'll put together a budget, because he's a great producer, and he'll be like, this is how much it's going to cost. We present it to the label. Then we have financial negotiations, X, Y, and Z, wada, we deal with that. And then we come back with a figure, and then it's just about being in this production space where we have to build out the locations, meet the teams, like sort of build like camera, lensing.
It's project management, bro.
So it's very much project management, a lot of it. That's a big thing of directing. A big part of directing is like, it's like, being able to tell a story is great, but you have to be able to handle people and also express it clear enough to people how you want it to come out, how you want to execute it, so that they can also buy it.
So three-way communication is you, the artist, the audience, and the money actually forward.
And the money's important.
I've seen, you've seen shoots like you have this great idea, but it's just financially doesn't make sense, and it just tanks because you go from having like budgets to no, and that's a big thing in South Africa. A lot of labels aren't willing to invest in music videos, so. You get there and it's all just run and gun. You have like these ideas that you want to do, but like you don't have any money because the labels like,
private investors.
Nah, private investment.
Bro, music,
please. Music arts, we need that, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, we're gonna take it.
And some people don't see the value in music videos, but I think visual content is so valuable in so many ways. So it's like you can build like now in this TikTok reel society where you make a song and you post like a reel for a week every day, and your song now has 1 million streams. Like oh, you know. So there's a connection between that. So yeah, it's really about building the idea, managing the people, sort of bringing everyone together, and then you have 1 day or 2 days just to execute everything, 12 hours non-stop, back to back,
and have a perfect product.
Yeah, and then you go into the edit and you see things. The thing is you have to be also aware of is that what you thought it would be, how it planned to be, and how it came out can be 3 different things. Wow. And you have to be able to.
How do you handle that situation? Like now you're sitting here, you shot everything, you spent the budget. You know what I'm saying? The labels approved this image that you sold them. Yeah. And you're sitting now with this thing that you're like, okay, what am I doing with this? It doesn't look like what I thought it would. How do you handle that? That must be stressful.
It can be stressful, but I think for me, the things that don't, whether the concept, like conceptually, I like to stay true to what we plan for, and if we can't, then there's a standard of visual professionalism, like aesthetically. Maybe it's not the story that they thought it would be, but it looks amazing, the lighting is crazy, the sound design is crazy, and everything about it. It's a completely different story, but it's still something that they would be like, oh, this is great, like this looks like a movie. And that's kind of how I approach everything, whether it's big scale or small scale. It's like, if I can make sure that the story is there, and even if we have to divert a bit from the story, but what I can't compromise is the aesthetic and the look. So if we can keep that, keep faithful to that, keep faithful to the feel, keep faithful to the tone, and then maybe compromise on execution or locations or something like that, then you get the chance to build
more flexible.
Things that are more flexible. But if you have a video that's great conceptually, but it just doesn't look good, it doesn't really help anyone. Where it's like, you have, because
what's the point? To tell the story, right?
To tell the story. And if your story isn't captivating people because it looks like weird or like or it just didn't come out grand or the lighting is just bad, then it makes it difficult for people to buy into that. But if you have something that's a different story, or at least a diversion of what you thought it would be in the beginning, and then it looks grand, and people are like, okay, this is not what I thought it was.
Because sometimes it mutates into something fire.
It's a different kind of fire. Where like I've had situations where I'm like,
now you have to work with that.
And then I'm like, oh, this isn't exactly what I thought it would be, but this is better. You know, and you have to. I think it's about bulletproofing the things that you care about, but also allowing yourself the flexibility to understand production happens, things fall through, people change their minds, dates change, people become unavailable.
In that process though, what's been, and I'm sure like spark in your mind on set or in the process, the weirdest thing or the craziest thing that's happened where you're like, okay, shit, I have to front flip now to make sure that this thing still pulls through? Is there anything that pops in your head?
I mean, I've had music videos where like the budget didn't come in at all.
At all.
And they were like,
hey, what's going on?
It was stuck like international, like something.
In Italy or something.
I don't know. I was calling my bank and
went through the Cayman Islands.
It was stressful. I had to bankroll the whole thing with all of my savings.
Whoa! I remember this.
All of my savings. I had to call my parents and be like, dog, guys, I need to borrow 20,000 rand to do this, that, and the other. And it was mad, and I was like, I have the faith that these people are gonna pay. It's gonna come through. But we have to get this done now. You know?
That's the thing with this industry as well.
So I was willing to take that and trust that it's gonna come back, because it's obviously the commitment that's gonna happen. But it was really stressful being in a situation where I have to be like, yo, dude, I have to call people and ask them if they can lend.
And that's probably like the first time you're in that position.
I don't like borrowing money from people. I don't like that. I'd rather not do something if it is. Now I owe you money.
What the?
My brother. Now you come to me and be like, hey, where's my money? Where's my money? Like, nah. So, but I mean, with family and friends, and like, I had a great producer, Amanda, that was willing to like, even like give some of her own money. I'm like, dude, like, that's crazy. Like, I appreciate.
They believe in the process. They believe in you, bro.
So it's. I think it's nice being in an industry where it's like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm finding people who are.
It's
like,
got that free range, and like you get to figure it out.
Yeah, It's stressful though when you're figuring it out and you don't have any sort of backing or anything like that. It can be tough.
But the emotional satisfaction you do.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good. Being like, yo, we did that. We did that.
Yes.
So it's exciting, but I think there's a lot of levels to it.
Back to the visuals. We're talking music, connection between music and visuals. Which artist rather, do you really whose visuals do you enjoy the most in terms of artists, music artists?
Like
who's your guy? Like, you know, this guy's music video is gonna be sick.
Are you gonna say Kendrick?
Are you gonna say the little homie?
Kendrick never disappoints. Like,
Kendrick actually never disappoints.
Him, Dave Freed, the little homies, PG Lang, everything they do is so wavy.
What
about Cole Bennett?
Wavy. Cole Bennett's dope. I think he does some crazy stuff with like the rap guys. I like Kendrick because it's a lot more metaphorical. It's a lot more aesthetic. So that kind of like gets me every time. That's so. But there's one artist.
Whoa.
What's up with that?
What's up
with that? I want to talk about that. What's up with that?
Live audience.
What's up with that? We have a virtual live audience now? Damn, okay.
But yeah, an artist that I really, his visuals are incredible is this artist called X.
I know
It's very like, it's almost sometimes it's like house, like emotional house. But guitar led, but it's also very much like,
I think they work with Black Coffee.
Exactly. But he's very much like an indie, like alternative kind of guy. His visuals are always crazy. Every time I'm like, nah. Like that's one artist like internationally that I would say if I could work with like an international artist, other than like Kendrick and all of it. But yeah, him I'd be like, dude.
That would be a time you're really a Tomish boy, eh?
I am still a Tomish.
Where would that go, bro? You don't lose Mitch.
But musically he's up. Visuals, it's not like he's the main thing.
But I feel like him, when you see a lot of his visuals, rather you sit there and you visualize your own visuals for him.
The way he tells stories also in his music is so dope. So I think but X is very much like an ethereal, artsy kind of nigga, bro. Like dark corner, dark room with a spotlight and a top hat, you know? That kind of stuff that I'm like,
I feel that.
Alright guys, I think to wrap, I want us to play a little bit of a game. Maybe we can actually like...
Crazy eight.
Nonsense. Too much fighting will happen.
No, we'll actually break the cameras.
But I actually want us to see if we can get a top 5, and this can be iconically, visually, whatever, top 5 animation movies. I want us to be a little bit lighthearted.
You gotta mention...
No. Let's get started. No, it seems like you got something on your mind.
I'm not like, I'm gonna have to mention the Asian guys. What are they called? The studio. Studio Ghibli. Studio Ghibli.
Are we including anime?
Was it animation, bro? Studio Ghibli is not anime. It's not anime. It's animation.
Yeah.
I'm
just
saying
Asian.
Oh, I hear you, but I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool.
Is it a specific movie series or?
It's a specific movie, Spirited Away.
I was gonna ask you Spirited Away.
Yes.
That's a great one.
The food there looks
amazing.
It's like it's an animation.
I'm like, how did you guys draw this food?
Bro,
I'm like, yo, the cutting,
that egg situation.
Like,
I haven't watched that one, so I have to give that one to you guys.
Tap in.
If you guys both say it's top 5,
I
put it in my top 5. It's actually top 5 animations of all time.
Of all time.
I guess I gotta watch it.
It's huge.
Spirited Away is a big movie.
I only watched it recently, by the way.
Oh really?
Yeah. It took me a long time.
So I'm not even late.
I still made it.
What else are we putting in there, guys? What for more?
Animation.
Do we have to put in Lion King, guys?
Which one?
Which one? The OG, bro.
Okay.
When Mufasa fell from the thing. That one, bro.
Uncle Scar's mad, I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Uncle Scar went crazy.
You went crazy, Scar.
Is it top 5 though?
I think we can. I will put it in there for now.
I'm gonna put it in the cachet. I'm gonna put it in the cachet.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna put up. There.
Up.
The balloons. They flew to an island. That animation was just.
That guy was so
insane.
Yeah.
He was so grumpy. The music that.
Up. I didn't watch it.
You haven't seen
it? You haven't watched Up, bro?
We're watching it tonight. We're gonna cry. We're gonna cry together as the boys.
Cool.
As the boys, we crying together.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo.
It's gotta be.
Finding Nemo.
Just for I just want to put a shout out there to Ratatouille, guys.
Hey.
I'm not putting it in honorable mention. I'm not gonna put in the top 5. Shout out to Ratatouille, guys.
I'm also gonna honorable mention Cars.
We'll put honorable Cars as an honorable.
Oh, the top 5.
Come on. I think
don't tease me.
I'm gonna throw. I don't know if you
I think
guys
it's an
have
honorable
seen-
mention.
Yeah.
I don't know if Cars is top 5.
Are we talking about the best animations or the best looking animation?
Let's feel it, bro. Let's
feel it, bro.
feel the answer.
Have you guys seen that the new animation on Netflix called Beast?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I've been stalling.
Oh, would you
Is this-
top 5 it, baby?
Was this what the?
It's one of the best in terms of visual animation.
Damn.
Dude, the hair, like
Was it
the
like
young girl
was
has
it
an
people
afro.
who were animals or something? Like
No. It's this young girl that goes on a pirate ship. She sneaks onto a ship, and they're trying to hunt beasts,
Okay.
like these sea animals. Yeah, it's emotional. It's
I don't know if you're clocking this game, but now we're giving you cute date ideas as well. You know what I'm saying?
We're here
watching
for you,
cartoons.
guys.
We're taking care of
these
you.
niggas are actually romantic
We're
niggas.
taking care of you.
These niggas are actually romantic.
I've been telling you guys on the
Don't snitch on
CLB.
me. Don't snitch on me.
You guys know
Don't snitch on
this.
me. I find it low key. I find it low key. Yeah. I
This
feel like
nigga was
I'm
fighting
hard on the
someone.
outside and then like soft on the inside.
He was fighting. He went, "Where is my gift for my baby girl? find it now."
Pursuing, yeah, that's correct.
And this dude calls me. He said,
That's correct. That's correct.
"What can you deliver these flowers to my girl?"
Shut up.
Inside.
My boy operated, I'm not gonna lie. My boy operated 2,000 kilometers away.
2,000 kilometers away, and he's still operating.
Real fucking rumble.
Real.
Okay, guys, I think we need two more. Two more.
Are we gonna go old school? We're not gonna go to the old school Little Mermaid level.
I mean, if you're
Are we not putting any OG
if
Disney?
you're monumental, you're monumental.
I think we gotta put it. What was the? Let's
Snow
let's
White.
pick one. We're not putting in Cinderella.
I haven't watched the cartoon of either. I don't know if I watched the cartoon of
I
either.
would vote the Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid.
Okay.
I vote the Little Mermaid.
But
over
it's
the
Ariel Black. I'm joking.
She is now, nigga.
She's back.
Shout out.
Mermaid.
What's her name?
Joking.
Chloe Bennett.
Halle.
Is it Halle?
Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey. Shout
Is
out
it Chloe or
Halle.
Halle?
It's Halle.
Let's just shout them
Chloe's a
both
bad
out.
one, right?
Let's just shout them both.
Yeah.
Whoa.
She bad though. Chloe is bad though.
Yeah.
Chloe's
Older
bad
sister
though.
vibes.
My goodness, big sis.
Big sis. My goodness, big
Damn.
sis.
Shout out Gunna.
Shout out Ghana. Ayo, he's out again. Ayo.
Jack-
But they actually make really good music, eh? They're very musically
Ghana?
sound. The sisters.
Oh.
Yes,
Ghana.
Ghana.
Ghana's a
Yes, Ghana too. Yeah, yes, Ghana too.
Okay, guys, let's wrap with one more.
Final one,
Let's
the
end
final
this thing with a bangaliciously bang.
Are we not gonna?
Animation
Okay,
movie.
honorable mention. We have to say Toy Story. Honorable mention.
Is it honorable or is it top 5?
Honorable. Monsters Inc. Honorable.
Honorable.
I
These
wanna
are all movies you had to watch.
Yeah.
Yes. Shrek, honorable.
I
A
would
lot
even
of
go
people
as far
fight
as
you there.
saying I'll put it in my top
You don't
five.
think it's honorable?
I think it's honorable.
Some
not
people
top
would
five.
say top 5.
I know.
A lot of people would say top 5.
I know. I've been seeing
Shrek like 1, bro.
Bro, how did Shrek become so popular now, bro?
That's how you know, bro. These ones that are blowing up again.
Guys,
Bro,
I just want to say this. It's not an honorable mention, but I don't think Frozen is the girly you guys make it out.
nah, Frozen.
no.
They had one banger. They had a
Y'all
good singer.
2000s and y'all 2010s are going crazy with that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Something's now.
So why are you messing with the end game?
I think Aladdin.
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 Did you say Aladdin?
Sorry.
Bro, you were my Aladdin, bro. Aladdin, bro.
Which one is that one?
I don't know. Aladdin?
Jungle Book?
You know what?
Jungle Book.
Has to put Jungle Book in there.
And you can't
It has to be.
I was about to give it to you guys, but never mind.
Sorted.
You want your top 5?
Top 5 in the comments.
Top 5.
Or however you want to hear
But
it.
damn, it's
Episode
been
of
beautiful
Posties.
having you, baby.
Welcome to the studio. Welcome to
thank you,
Posties.
thank you.
Abongwe.
Thank you for
From the last time, guys, you will see this man here again.
Thank you for having me. Find me on all my socials at Booi.
Yeah, plug yourself. What are you doing right now? What's
Shooting
next, bro?
films,
Where can they
making
find
YouTube
you?
videos. YouTube.com/Aboboy.
When is the YouTube coming back?
Your situation.
YouTube.com/Aboboy. We're dropping next week. When this comes out, there'll be drops all over the place. New films coming out. A web series. Hello.
Too much.
Just a quick one from you.
Moses
What
wants
will
to
we get to the
something.
music?
The music.
Yeah.
Moses just
My
asked me to
music.
give
Moses
me
wants the music.
That's another. I don't make music, man.
On that note, guys, thank you so much. Subscribe, like, share with all your friends on all the platforms, and you guys know the vibes. The journey continues.
Journey continues.
Bow.